Scottish football's completely different.
Better. Well, no. Not necessarily. I don't like your Christmas tree idea.
Okay. Well, I just thought, why not just give it a shot? See what Dave thought. I tell you what, though, I have begun reading the Behind the Curtain by Jonathan Wilson.
It's good, right?
Is that his first book?
It could be, actually. I think so.
It was great reliving because Inverting the Pyramid, he talks a lot about Lobanovsky. Because the first chapter is on the Ukraine.
There's a bit of overlap. It's good.
But yeah, it was nice reliving there's a lot of the same quotes, and it's a good review of what he was like.
Because I agree with the Lobanovsky thing about you have your system and you get your players to fit it.
Yeah.
Well,
but also that's where you get your flair to fit within the system. So you get a couple of playmakers.
Thanks for making it look
That's why
speaking.
That's where I thought you were going.
Nope.
Because they mentioned that in the book about how he had playmakers with some class.
Yeah.
But he still had the structured system that they had to fit into. So they were allowed to do their own thing and have their freedom, but within the bounds of
the confines of his rigid system.
It wasn't that rigid though, was it? I mean, they did. I guess they did a lot of the same stuff.
It was pretty rigid, but yeah, it was. I prefer that.
And I always forget that. What's his face had that Van Basten had the volley against the Ukraine.
Yeah, USSR.
Oh, the USSR. Sorry.
It was the 80s.
Yeah,
it's more fun. Oh, the Soviets.
Against the team, wasn't it a team full of Kiev players? Or was did he mix it up at that point?
I think 88 was a bit more. It was 86 he got appointed right before the World Cup,
and 2 months before. And he didn't have enough time to spend teaching his system to other people.
Called up the entire Dynamo Kiev team.
All right, guys, you ready? USSR.
Well, smart. I mean, they just won the Cup Winners' Cup in '86 with that goal that we love.
But the political implications of them doing that was pretty funny.
Yeah, you want to include some Russians. A token Russian or two. Maybe some fella from Armenia just for the laugh.
That's why I'm really interested in. I mean, that's why you mentioned that I should read this book. Is that I don't know anything, or not anything, but I don't know a lot about the dynamic of Eastern European politics during the time of the Cold War, because it's really not taught. At least in my high school, it wasn't taught. Like we focused on, World War II and the U.S. involvement, and then skipped to Vietnam.
Well, it's not necessarily taught in British school either, but it was one of those things that when I did.
I don't remember that being an option for a university class though either.
I mean, I did it as an elective at university, but they had when I did higher history, which is kind of like your main, I guess, high school exam for a subject in Scottish school. I did history, and then we just been taught a couple of subjects over the year. And then when I got into the exam, they had the paper, and it had sort of 3 or 4 different sets of questions. So basically, the teacher got to pick what you did.
Oh, he picked what you did?
Yeah.
Okay.
So that was probably just the Brewers. They were pumped today, just out of interest.
Oh, really?
Yeah. 5 runs in the first inning. Jimmy's gone to shit. See you later,
He
Nelson.
has gone to shit. He was terrible against the Cubs. Anyway, go ahead.
But yeah, so basically, that was one of the options. Your teacher basically dictated what you learned, which is why I had to do Germany from reunification up into the rise of the Nazis. So I had to learn my European football, or I had to learn my European history through football. I had no choice.
Mm-hmm. It's fun though.
It's a good way to do it because a lot of the
it follows
it in sport. Yeah, the Romania chapter you'll find quite enlightening.
Yeah.
And some of the former Yugoslavia is broken down into a few different bits.
That's the part that I'm most interested in, because that stuff is messy. So the fact that it can be
very messy,
that it can be broken down, is going to be helpful to me in my understanding of especially the whole Croatia-Serbia dynamic.
I don't want to break your heart though, but they've got bits on Croatia, Slovenia, Serbia, and Bosnia. Macedonia doesn't make the cut.
Okay.
So you get over it. But it's really interesting, actually.
Macedonia.
I know. No one cares about
Macedonia. Wasn't that part of the old Greek Empire in the day?
Well, that's why it's often referred to as, when you see it, it's like FYROM. So it's the former Yugoslav Republic of Macedonia.
Holy hell.
Greece won't recognize some bullshit.
That goes back to
they go
to Alexander times.
Exactly. We're still angry. It was like 2,000 years ago. Like, get over it. It doesn't matter.
It's like Yugoslavia. You can have them.
It's like, yeah, you can have a bit called Macedonia, and this country can also be called Macedonia. No, you can't do that. I don't know. Those places are so weird.
Yeah.
We had a big dispute about Slovenian coastline. They're still like Croatia couldn't get into the EU for years because Slovenia was going, we're going to settle this coastline thing, because Slovenia's only got about, I think it's like 20 miles of coastline. It's all Croatia, but because of the way Italy's there and it's around the corner and Croatia's there, like the maritime borders, like Slovenia has coastline, but it was effectively landlocked.
I just don't understand where all this hostility develops in the first place.
I
don't get it.
I know. It's like Zagreb and Ljubljana. It's like 2 or 3 hours on the train.
Maybe it's just our Western minds are, just so far superior. No, I should say.
Yeah, I would say so. Yeah. Did you enjoy that Trump speech earlier? I bet you did.
Holy hell.
Anyway, yeah, that's good.
I didn't enjoy any politician's speech.
Andre Bauer's good.
And any of the... Bernie Sanders is such a joke now. What a joke that guy is.
He's like...
I can't get behind any candidate, and Bernie Sanders, who...
Is this Brian's Politics Corner?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Who is likable. But now he's like... He's basically said, forget everything horrible and that I've said about Hillary Clinton.
Yeah.
Just vote for her. Oh, thanks. Okay, Bernie. So politics is basically doesn't mean anything.
Yeah,
it's all posturing.
I was just
stupid.
making stuff up like 3 months ago when I thought I had a chance. He's like one of those two old, what are those old guys in the Muppets that do the jokes in the balcony? He's like one of those guys, but without his mate. They're just not funny. They do the banter.
Mm-hmm.
No, not a Muppets fan.
Yeah, what do you mean?
I can't remember the two old guys. They would do the...
Oh, in the balcony.
Yeah. I keep wanting to say Bert and Ernie, but
it's not Bert and Ernie.
It's a different show. But you know what I mean, though.
It's just wisecracking. That's what they would do.
Yeah.
I was going to say something. Oh, did you see politics? Maybe a couple weeks ago.
Politics.
Did you see Jimbo, AC Jimbo tweeted out a video of a Scottish MP. I love Parliament. It's so funny.
Especially when no one's there.
No, but there were people there this time.
Okay.
And she was giving a speech about...
Was it the wee young one?
Yeah. Did you see that?
Mary Black or whatever her name is?
Yeah, she's terrific. Her accent is awesome, too.
Yeah.
You do this here? You'd rather spend it on... It's just great. Talking about where they should... Complaining about how they're spending all this money. She's basically saying how they're spending all this money on weapons.
It was a Trident thing. It's like their defense thing.
And not on education or homeland. Basically, public works stuff for the home.
Yeah, like I think the argument was if we get nuked, so we'd have to use it. We'd all be dead, so it wouldn't matter.
Yeah, right.
Might as well just make a nice school.
Yeah, it's great. I love Parliament because. It's just basically, it's almost like a gospel church where, like in the South, where they're like, it's like call and response. She's like saying stuff and you hear, like...
Even though they're like...
Yeah, but you hear like in, like the people who support her, they're basically saying, amen. They say,
yeah.
You see like some old guy go, that's right.
How many brownies do you have at lunch, Steve? 6 or 7. Look at that bulbous nose. But it's better than in America, though. Cause
it is, because it's so like, you just have to listen to this guy speak.
The American debate is, there you go, I've got 3 things I'm going to insult this person with, and I'm just going to say them back when they say things. Like when you have a conversation, and, conceding a point to someone is not admitting defeat.
There used to be debates in like the Senate and the House and stuff like that. But now it's just slamming the other party. It's what it's come down to, like the last 15, 20 years. That's what it's been. It's nuts. It's like if you want, it's a democracy. You need to have the key is compromise, and to basically fall in the middle of your two parties' ideologies, because you need to please everybody. So if you're not having a conversation and you're just slamming other people, that creates divisiveness, and it creates a larger gap between the two sides. So that one side is always going to be unhappy no matter what, instead of coming to an agreement after a conversation and making everybody happy. You'd rather just slam that person to have just a big pissing contest, basically. It's so stupid. Anyway.
You need a parliamentary.
Holy hell, we win. This is bad. This is what happens when there's no football on, Dave.
But the good news is that next week it'll be Dave's Scottish Premier League preview.
Oh, yes.
And then the week after that will be the first. I'm thinking.
No, Dave.
Careful, go on.
We might have to have a two-parter next week.
No,
because we need to do...
No. I was going to say the week after that might be the first two-parter to preview the Premier League.
Yeah, because we have to do A through... We have to do ABC, A through...
The first 10.
Yeah.
Arsenal to whatever the 10th team is.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you go to 2 nights a week. Exciting times. I think next week's probably going to be just one.
Yeah,
that's what I'm thinking.
Still just one. Because what is next week?
August.
Should we do a two-parter, just do it all in one night, or should we just do... What do you think? Should we do 2 nights? Probably just do 1 night still. Just do like 45 minutes each.
I don't know if I can be arsed with your nonsense for 2 hours, though.
You're such a piece of shit.
I love you. Right, just turn this shit off.
Alright, just turn it off.
Yeah,